everyone who is going to be a doctor, an engineer, a pilot tomorrow is being shaped today by the teachers that we have in our education system in South Sudan. And we know that a country like South Sudan, which is in transition, what we do today is what is going to lay the foundation for the future. And the hopes are really high among the population in the country. I think education is one of the most highly demanded service and sector in the country, as has seen by many surveys and evidence that has been generated by different actors in the sector. So we all know that the future of South Sudan lies in the future of its children and young people. We want sustainable peace, we want sustainable development, and that is not going to happen if we don't invest in the children and in the education system. I've been asked to talk about the critical role, the vital role that teachers play in our lives and shaping the lives of children and shaping the development of the country. I don't want to repeat what everybody else has said, because I think the two teachers in Rwanda have raised really critical roles that the teachers play. But I wanted to remind everyone that one fact that is ignored all the time is that wherever you are in the world, our children spend most of their time with the teachers. Amongst any other adult they can actually spend their time with. They come home, it's to sleep, but throughout the day they are spending their time with the teachers. And for everyone who has children or everyone who is a guardian to a child, we don't want to entrust our children with teachers that we don't have confidence in. Because if they are spending so much of their time with these teachers, then we know that it is these teachers that are actually shaping the values of these children and in turn the values of the country and any other critical element of their lives. So we know that teachers can actually build or destroy generations. The ideologies that they teach in the schools can shape what a country becomes. So it is critical that we actually invest in these teachers, because they are the ones that will inspire our children to realize their full potential and for any nation to realize its full potential. As such, it is important that we really look critically at what is happening in the education sector today. In South Sudan, we know, as many of the teachers here have said, that we face so many challenges. Not to repeat, but only less than 20% of the teachers in the education system are actually on the government payroll. It means a significant number of teachers are volunteers, and as Teacher Kenyi said, they're actually having to rely on contributions from parents or guardians to sustain their livelihood. And what that means is that it transfers the cost of education onto the household, and that has implications in having so many children out of school. Not to repeat the element of training, we need to train these teachers, as almost half of the teaching service is not actually trained. We need to invest in their training. And we also need to define a clearly articulated career path. Teaching is a profession. We need to recognize it for what it is and invest in defining that. I think once we do that, it's one element that is going to attract many teachers to join the profession. And we also know that most of the teachers are male, as Tabo has said. We need to invest in getting female teachers into schools, and they are not adequate. So we have high pupil-teacher ratios has been mentioned by the two teachers. But nevertheless, these challenges are not insurmountable. We can actually address them. And I'm glad to say that I think we are at a moment where we are seeing very positive trajectory in what the government of South Sudan is doing to really change that trend for the teaching force in South Sudan. I will not dwell much in saying what is being done because I think the Undersecretary will cover most of these elements. But we have seen increases in budgetary allocations to the sector. We are seeing more and more funds being transferred to the state level to pay the teachers and even more regular pay for the teachers. And we're also having several other sector reforms, including the development of a teacher policy that UNICEF and partners through the Global Partnership for Education are actually supporting. We are also working with the partners that I've mentioned to train the teachers, particularly volunteer teachers, so that they can get the skills they require to teach and teach effectively. With support from the European Union, we are also providing training, incentivized training to teachers in the most hard to reach areas, and ensuring that these teachers are actually supported and are motivated and attract their relocation to these hard to reach areas. There are several other programs that we are also supporting just on the extracurricular activities, training teachers in psychosocial support, integrating peace building and sustainable climate management in the teachers so that we address the issues that are being faced in South Sudan holistically and placing the teacher at the center of all these interventions. But still a lot more needs to be done, and I just want to end by saying we have the opportunity, all of us as key stakeholders in the sector, to contribute and contribute more under the leadership of the ministry. And as UNICEF, we continue to support and to work in complementarity with the government and all other key partners to ensure that teachers are fully recognized for what they are and what they can do to the development of this country. Thank you.